Okay.
And that's at a much lower price than it is today.
Boil it down for me, Peter. How low do you think Bitcoin can go?
I think over time, Bitcoin's going to be around for a long time, but the price itself, I wouldn't be surprised if over the next year is down to $1,000 to $3,000.
And that's right, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to hit $1,000 this year. So without any further ado, let's get into what happened this week in crypto. Again, sorry this video is a little later than I planned to upload. Been really busy with my real life job, but I've got some great videos coming up and I'll be uploading more regularly and more promptly at the end of each week. So Bitcoin's going to hit $1,000, and that's what Peter Bookvar, the Chief Investment Officer of Bleakley Advisory Group, believes. He believes that there'll be a 70 to 90% decrease in the price this year. He also further demonstrated his genius by stating those who'd use debt to buy cryptos and over-leverage themselves would be the hardest affected in any downswing. Well, you're not going to be winning any Nobel Prizes with that comment, that's for sure. Some interesting analysis from Deutsche Bank demonstrated a correlation between Bitcoin price and the VIX, the volatility index. To summarise, the report basically concluded that as long as volatility in the stock market continues to decrease, the price of Bitcoin and other sort of mainstream cryptocurrencies will increase as investors seek to find other ways to get more attractive returns. While some traditional asset classes have relatively stable prices, Bitcoin and crypto is completely the opposite. The UN has formed a blockchain initiative to focus on climate change. It's helped in the launching of a new group, the Climate Change Coalition, which is aiming to research to find ways to use distributed ledger technology, blockchains, in climate change related initiatives. They've been working on this since May 2017 and want to find a transparent and efficient way of using blockchains that could be applied for situations related to climate change. For example, monitoring carbon emissions, clean energy trading and fund allocation. Interestingly, we've had the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, wade into the blockchain debate. Now they're investigating companies who have included the word blockchain or are trying to relate their business to blockchain when actually it has no real core value to their business. They're investigating closely a number of companies who've followed this trend of adding blockchain to their name. I think the most interesting one we saw was the IT company who added blockchain to their name, and we saw the share price rocket. And so these announcements have resulted in share prices rocketing, and ultimately the concern is that this is ripe for fraudsters and potentially for investors to be scammed as well. And some interesting news out of Coinbase. Last year, for 2017, their revenues totaled $1 billion. Now that beat internal estimates by 66%, and subsequently they've rejected further offers of venture capital funding. The most recent capital they raised was in August 2017, where they raised $100 million in Series D funding, and that was used to help it establish customer support teams and also a physical GDAX presence in New York. As of December, they had 13 million active users, which, if you listen to CNBC, are all children as well.
Almost like tiny little baby hands. You know, I think the average age of the Bitcoin trader on the Coinbase app, from what I hear anecdotally, is closer to 13 than it is to 45. It's closer to 13 than it is to 45.
Some amusing news from the UK this week as well. A consumer from the UK purchased a mining computer off Amazon. It was the Bitmain Antminer S9, which was purchased for $5,000. However, instead of actually receiving the mining computer, he received a copy of 2017 smash film, The Boss Baby. And actually, many other people complained of the same issue from the same seller. And here we can see some of the amusing feedback. Now, the response from Amazon was great. They ensured that all customers got refunded. But it's a shame you see people even on Amazon trying to scam people. A European Union Commissioner is hosting a high-level cryptocurrency roundtable at the Economic and Financial Affairs Council on Tuesday to discuss the issue with a group of other yet-to-be-named officials and representatives from the private sector. So that'll be very interesting. We've also seen at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has been a real key topic of debate. Joseph Stiglitz, a Nobel Prize winner, has been one of the most outspoken, proclaiming the superiority of fiat over cryptocurrencies. And he argued that cryptocurrencies should be, quote, regulated out of existence. A PhD student from the United Kingdom won Bitcoin for completing a code challenge, which was actually set at the World Economic Forum in 2015. It was set by a British scientist, Nick Goldman, at the European Bioinformatics Institute. Shame he didn't crack the code at Christmas time, because he would have been worth a lot more. Better to have done it this year than in 2015 when it was originally set. Now, this week we saw some more celebrities in the crypto space. We had 50 Cent, now officially a Bitcoin millionaire, because he actually really needed that as well. In 2014, he accepted payment in Bitcoin through BitPay for his album Animal Ambition. Now, total sales through Bitcoin only amounted to 700 Bitcoin, which at that point in time was $400,000. The album itself was sold for $5.50, which was just less than 0.1 of a Bitcoin. But now that total is actually far closer to $7 to $9 million, or actually, depending on when you're watching this video, and if Peter Bookvar's correct, could be worth 0. I wonder if we'll see him be changing his name to 50 Satoshis anytime soon. Hey, I guess if I ever try and forge a career in the rap game, that's what I could go with. I like it. We also had Katy Perry show off her crypto claws. Interesting. Again, Bitconnect could probably be a weekly topic in This Week in Crypto. They had legal proceedings filed against them with the Southern District Court of Florida. Now, it's alleged that Bitconnect tokens were effectively unregistered securities and that they operated a Ponzi scheme. The lawsuit's being filed by Silver Miller. They've brought similar lawsuits within the crypto space, including a lawsuit filed against mining company Gigawatt. Now, what will be also very interesting is to see how some of the YouTubers who really endorsed and sold Bitconnect to a number of people, how they react to this. We've seen Crypto Nick pull his videos, and before he disabled likes and dislikes, he did have one of the worst ratios I've ever seen on YouTube. Trevon James also pulled his Bitconnect videos, but still these guys are promoting other schemes which have many of the similar telltale signs that everyone was which everyone was screaming about Bitconnect with. So again, as I said before in a previous video, please, rather than take advice from people on YouTube, use that as an idea and go and research that yourself. Just because somebody online has made a lot of money, or is claiming they've made a lot of money from doing something, doesn't mean you should. Definitely don't ever invest before doing your own research, no matter what you're investing in. Don't blindly trust people. That's key here. Arsenal Football Club have announced a partnership with iGaming platform Cashbet, which is launching an ICO. Now they're seeking to raise between $40 to $70 million. A pre-sale kicked off last week and will run until mid-February, and then the public sale will run from mid-March to April. And as part of this deal, they'll be advertised at Arsenal's home ground, the Emirates. Now we're led to believe this is the first partnership between a major sports club and a crypto. Major relevant with Arsenal anymore? No, but this is really interesting to see how it infiltrates into the mainstream, and actually the impact this will have on getting people who possibly weren't involved in the crypto space interested in this ICO. Again, could be good, could be bad, depending on how you look at it. Hopefully people understand the risks associated with that, do their own research and decide whether it would be an appropriate investment for them or not, rather than blindly just assuming because it's advertised at Arsenal it's a good investment to make. Now, exciting news as well for anyone who ever travels through Brisbane Airport, and hopefully an indicator of what's to come at other airports as well. They're currently working on making the airport crypto friendly. So they're working with international companies with the idea and the objective being to allow you to use cryptos, and that being Bitcoin, Ethereum or Dash, at any restaurant, bar, shop that wishes to accept cryptocurrency. So that's really exciting, and it'd be great to see how this works, how it gets developed, and if this trend is replicated anywhere else. And then finally for this week, to wrap it up, we had the $523 million hack at CoinCheck. $523 million worth of NEM was stolen, and this really was a result of poor security at CoinCheck. The tokens were stored in a single signature hot wallet. Now, credit given where credit is due to the NEM development team. They've been very hands-on with this, and now they're able to identify those hacked funds through an automated tagging system and identify the exact funds stolen by the hackers, so in effect making them worthless, much in the same way that traditional banknotes have serial numbers on them. Really great to see the development team working so actively on this, and really great also to see that CoinCheck have announced that all users who are affected will be refunded. So there you go, that's it for this week. Thanks again for watching. As I said before, got lots more videos planned. We'll be uploading more regularly, we'll be uploading more promptly. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new, hit like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.